Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome back to JoyClicks. My name is Christian and today is the official start of San Diego Comic-Con 2018, and the Marvel Games panel just wrapped up. Hosted by Greg Miller, we got a look at a handful of different Marvel mobile games, a VR game, and most importantly to me, we got a new look at Spider-Man on the PS4. So I cannot wait for this game. I'm so excited. It looks so good. So for this video, I want to break down the story trailer we just got, go through it frame by frame, and talk about what we learned about the story of Spider-Man PS4. So the trailer kicks off with Times Square looking destroyed. We get a voiceover of Spider-Man talking to his cop friend Yuri about their city. Then we move to Oscorp. We see Peter walking into a room banged up. What is surprising to me is we have Norman Osborn seeing the unmasked Peter Parker, greeting Peter Parker like an old friend. After that interaction, we see Mary Jane sneaking through what looks like a museum or some exhibit, seeing some of the demons who we have learned in that first trailer are controlled by Martin Lee, and it looks like they're going through an exhibit of ancient items. They might be looking for something. After that, we see a conversation between Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and Miles Morales. So Peter is dressed in his Spider-Man suit, and they're talking about the well-being of the city and how they have to work together as a team to stop what's going on. Like we all suspected after the E3 2018 gameplay trailer, the main focus of this story trailer is the fact that some pretty messed up bad dudes have broken out of the raft. We see Rhino pushing through some cars, his suit. We get a better look at that than we did in the E3 demo, more up close and personal. We then get to see more of Electro, which I really enjoy Electro's design. I'm glad they didn't give him a mask. I think the scarring on his face, maybe that ties into how he got his powers. I think that's more personal and more scary. We see Vulture, we see Scorpion, and after that we get a shot of Spider-Man exiting a building that is called the Crow's Nest. We see an attack helicopter with 3 individuals rappelling down from it, and it's revealed that we have another Spider-Man character coming into the fold, and that is Silver Sable. So Silver Sable is interesting, especially for this game, because Silver Sable isn't like A-tier Spider-Man character, so the fact that they're pulling someone like Silver Sable is really interesting to me because it makes me curious. Are we gonna have more small-scale criminals or side characters coming in to have a role in this story? Because it looks like Silver Sable has a significant role, at least from the story trailer, as we'll see as we keep moving forward. We go back to seeing Norman in the building. It looks like he was just in with Peter as we just saw him, this time joined by an assistant, and he is talking to someone that we can't really tell who it is. It could be Peter, potentially maybe it's Harry, and he's talking to Harry about a new project because he says this is an opportunity. So maybe he's trying to convince Harry to enlist in some program that would give us the new Goblin. We then see Mary Jane snooping through Oscorp Labs, looking at the spider, presumably one of the spiders that caused Peter or Miles to become the Spider-Man. It also seems that Mary Jane is taking more of a hands-on approach, which we did learn earlier in the year talking about Mary Jane, but here in this trailer it looks like she was doing some undercover investigation work, maybe trying to get close to Osborn and see what kind of shady deals he's got going on. We also get another piece of dialogue that someone has ordered Silver Sable and her team of elite soldiers to shoot Spider-Man on sight, and that the city is sick of his vigilantism. So we see another action shot of Spider-Man dodging some shots and some gunfire from these soldiers, followed by another shot at Silver Sable. We see her dual-wielding pistols, her outfit, and then we move to Spider-Man, who is presumably rescuing Mary Jane from some incident here. We see someone's passed out on the floor. Maybe she was trying to snoop through Oscorp and she was caught and Spider-Man had to go in and rescue her. Or maybe she got in a fist fight herself and just needed a quick exit. We get another shot of the cinematic look of Spider-Man on top of the raft fighting Scorpion like we saw at E3 this year, followed by one of the cooler reveals of the trailer. We finally see the classic Spider-Man suit. No giant white spider, we just see the classic red and blue spandex. When he pauses on the window here, we get a better look at it. The original Spider-Man outfit you would imagine if you thought of Spider-Man. The eyes are moving, but we do have the classic symbol on it. It looks like the suit's a little damaged, as we see he's in a battered up area. And then he dives in to attack Kingpin. So far, if we take everything that we've learned from the Spider-Man gameplay demos and Spider-Man trailers and combine it with the trailer and information we learned from Comic-Con today, it looks like that this is the opening of the game. So the opening of the game was shown to audiences at Comic-Con. We do not have the pleasure of seeing it at this moment in time, but the intro cinematic opens with Spidey in his apartment, suiting up with the classic suit we see here, and going out into the city, which transitions smoothly into gameplay. So considering at that first gameplay reveal we saw of Spider-Man PS4, where he called Fisk on FaceTime and then he found out that Martin Lee was working with the demons and he's Mr. Negative. So in my head right now, it seems like the game kicks off where Peter Parker, suiting up as Spidey, go out for the day, go take care of Kingpin, apprehend him, he probably gets arrested, and then we move into the demo we saw at E3 a couple of years ago, where we stop that helicopter that Martin Lee is in, and then after that, Martin Lee goes to the raft and assists with the breakout of the Sinister Six. But continuing on with the trailer, we see someone thrown out of a window. It looks like they have a vest on, and the vest has some symbol on it. You can't really make it out in the trailer, but potentially this could be somebody who's working for one of the villains in the game, or perhaps maybe it's a security guard somewhere. We then have another look at Silver Sable showing off her combat moves against Peter in a brawl in Oscorp. We see Mary Jane overlooking the city, followed by what looks like Fisk falling through a window with Spider-Man in a great shot of the classic suit falling down at him, going to web. We see Mary Jane jump off of the building she was just shown on with the raft in the background. She's being chased by a soldier and Silver Sable, jumping down, calling out for Peter to come and rescue her. We get another shot of Peter avoiding an explosion near a bridge by the water, so this is potentially at the raft breakout that cuts again to the raft breakout we saw earlier at the E3 showcase this year. But next it looks like we have an encounter with some soldiers. We see one in the background there, and Spider-Man is wrapped up with some high-tech looking bolas that's shocking him, so presumably it's Silver Sable. And the trailer closes out with one last series of shots of Mr. Negative, Electro, and Silver Sable. And as the trailer ends, we get one more quick joke with Miles talking to Spider-Man about how they communicate, and one more action shot of Spider-Man beating up a thug. So that about does it for everything that we learned from Spider-Man PS4. My biggest takeaways from this trailer is Norman Osborn. So Norman Osborn, we see propaganda for him throughout the game so far in the open world city, Osborn for mayor. So potentially in this world that Insomniac is crafting, we don't have the Norman Osborn Goblin, which is an interesting take. Maybe Osborn is the one who's orchestrating all of this. Obviously, he's the one who created the spiders that created Peter, but it is clear that he is familiar with Peter. He doesn't seem antagonistic at this point in time, but he definitely has some shady side to him, shown off by Mary Jane snooping on him and that discussion with either Harry or Peter. In my opinion, that's probably who it is, one of them. I don't know, but either way, it is 50 days exactly until we get to play Spider-Man PS4. I am absolutely, most likely, if the money's in my favor, going to be picking up that Spider-Man PS4 Pro because, my god, it is gorgeous. But now I want to talk to all of you. Be sure to comment down below and let me know what you think of this Spider-Man news. Are you excited for the game? And what are you looking forward to the most about Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4? And while you're down there, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like so I know you enjoy what I'm doing. Subscribe to JoyClicks if you're new for more on Spider-Man, stuff from Comic-Con, all my favorite things. Thank you for watching, and until next time, good vibes and good game.